Well, I hope you're following along with us in our monthly devotional. Today, we're going to look at Hebrews 13, and it reads, "And so Jesus also suffered outside the city gate to make the people holy through his own blood." And it says, "Let us then go to him outside the camp, bearing the disgrace he bore. For here we do not have an enduring city, but we are looking for the city that is to come." You know, there's a phrase here I don't want us to miss: outside the city gate and outside the camp. You know, that takes us all the way back to the Old Testament. On the Day of Atonement, the high priest would place the sins of the people on a goat, the scapegoat, and send it outside the camp. You know, the Hebrew word literally means the goat that goes away. It was a actual vivid picture that the people's sin had been removed and carried far from them. Well, we fast forward to the cross, and Jesus becomes our scapegoat. He bore our sins. He carries them away, and he did it outside the city gate. He was rejected. He was disgraced. He was cast out so that we could be brought into relationship, forgiven and made holy through his blood. And why is this so radical? Well, in our world, we're told to take full responsibility for ourselves, right? Or on the other hand, deny all responsibility altogether. But the idea that someone else could step in and pay our debt, well, that's offensive to our own human pride. Yet that's exactly what Jesus did. In Romans 5:8, it declares God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And it wasn't a clean or sanitized act. I mean, it was bloody, messy, horrific, and it was the greatest act of love the world has ever known. I mean, think about that beautiful story, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Aslan, the lion. Well, Susan and Lucy watch in horror as Aslan sacrifices himself, right, for no apparent reason. And yet they discover that evil cannot be defeated without that sacrifice. And C.S. Lewis, the writer, was pointing us straight to this gospel truth. Without the shedding of blood, there's no forgiveness of sins. Now, here's where it gets really practical. The writer of Hebrews says, "Let us go to him outside the camp, bearing the disgrace he bore." In other words, don't be ashamed to identify with Jesus. The world may reject him. You might be even ridiculed or misunderstood for following him. But if Jesus carried your sin outside the city, then you can carry his name outside your comfort zone. You know, finally, in verse 16, it reminds us that praise isn't only with our lips, it's also with our lives. It says, "Do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased." If you want your worship to be real, it has to overflow into action, like serving, giving, sharing, loving. Don't miss verse 14. "For here we do not have an enduring city, but we are looking for" what? "The city that is to come." You know, this world isn't our final home. All the brokenness, all the rejection, all the disgrace, well, it's temporary. We're heading toward a greater city, the city of our God, where Christ is at the center, where every tear will be wiped away. So let me ask you, are you willing to follow Jesus outside the camp, even if it costs you? Will your lips offer him praise, gratitude, and thankfulness week maybe at home or at work or with friends or a challenging situation you're going through? Will your life show his love through generosity and good works towards others? You know, Jesus carried yours and my sin away. He was truly our scapegoat. He paid for it all. Now let's live boldly. Let's love deeply, and let's keep our eyes fixed on the city that is yet to come. If you need prayer, we're here for you. I want you to call our prayer lines because so many people are being blessed by the prayer that's available 24/7, 1-855-910-6297. And if you don't yet have the devotional, a gift of $5 or more to the ministry, you can get the devotional as well and follow along with us each day.